Welcome back, Blue Jay fans, and what a day it has been for Jays fans, as well as Ontario in general. Ontario moves into stage 3. Everyone's starting to get a little bit more excited about things. People are getting vaccinated, all this and that. And the Blue Jays, obviously after the amazing All-Star game that we saw, with the Jays players doing a lot of damage. Teo had a double, Simeon the RBI infield single, Vladdy the 468-foot absolute moonshot off of Corbin Burns. And the really nice home run derby. And the Jays go into this stretch, this final, we're at almost game 90 now. This final stretch of the year, and a very important stretch to start the season. Before the game today, we hear Ryan Borucki comes off the IL. That was kind of what I thought was going to happen. Once they sent Anthony Castro down in a corresponding move to be made today, I'm like, you know what? They're sending out a bullpen guy. Borucki's been rehabbing he's had like 3 or 4 innings down there in the minor leagues. So I could see him getting the call, and he does. So it's great to see Ryan Borucki back. It adds another weapon to the Blue Jays bullpen, right? You think about it, Jays fans, right? We have Romano, but recently you've gotten Trevor Richards. You've gotten Adam Simber. You've now got Ryan Borucki back. So you're getting some of your big-name guys back, and some new faces are pitching well. Another thing, before the game today, we hear, and it feels like Christmas, Blue Jay fans. I mean, the Blue Jays are going to be back at Rogers Center for July 30th against the Kansas City Royals. It has been approved. The boys will be back in Toronto for the first time since 2019. And man, it feels so damn good to have these boys coming back up here. A couple more weeks until that happens. But I think the Jays were pumped. I think Hazel May tweeted out to Kevin Beach. Was like, hey, we got approved. Let's go. Everyone's jacked up to get the team back here. The players to be pumped to get up here. And they went into this game jacked up. I don't know if it was from with everything happening today. I don't know if it was the kind of the pumped up, hey, let's make this push for the playoffs. But they went out there today with a mindset, with an approach to the plate. Your pitching staff was awesome. Your defense was great. And you beat up on the Texas Rangers 10-2 and improved to 46-42 on the year. And it started in the bottom half of the first inning, and isn't it fitting? Then a curveball on the down and away corner. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. goes down-ish and just kind of reaches, but he gets barreled the ball and he crunches it to left field, and it's gone for home run number 29 on the year for Vladdy, putting the Jays in front 1-0 in the bottom half of the first inning. All right, we move ahead to the bottom of the third inning. Marcus Semien then goes deep to left field. It's gone. 2-0 Blue Jays. Couple batters later with Vladdy getting on. Again, I think he walked that time. Teoscar Hernandez goes deep, and he crushed that ball to left field. Third home run in the first 3 innings of the ball game, and the Blue Jays are up 4-0, but they weren't done yet. Next batter, Randall Grichuk, and he crushes one to left field. It is 5-0 Blue Jays. 4-0. No, 5-0 Blue Jays. They've hit 4 home runs to this point. Beautiful start to the ball game, but now let's see what our pitching staff does. Robbie Ray, all-star snub, but absolutely dominant in the game today. There was one stretch where he allowed 2 walks back-to-back, but then he bounced back, got a job done, and both those walks were with 2 outs. He was able, I think it was to strike out the next guy, and that was the end of the inning. And they really didn't get any offense today. Absolutely nothing was going for the Texas Rangers offensively, but the Blue Jays weren't done, though. Bottom half of the 4th inning, Bo Bichette, it's an RBI single to left field. Simi comes in, slides in ahead of the throw, and he scores to make it a 6-0 Blue Jays lead. 6-0? Yeah, man, we're at 6-0. Then in the bottom half of the 6th inning, 2 innings later, Bo Bichette, another RBI single. Reese McGuire comes in to score, and Reese McGuire, how he got on base there, he did a bunt single. They had him in the pull shift. He's like, screw that, I'm going to put the bunt on the third baseline. It's exactly what he did. It hit the bag. It stayed fair. And he hits an infield single. Later, a couple batters later, comes around to score. So a big job for Reese McGuire there. Jays extend their lead now 7-0. And then Vladimir Guerrero Jr. comes up. And Vladdy, oh boy. He gets a fastball in the middle of the plate. You don't do that, because he absolutely crushes this one. And it goes over the netting, about 30 feet out. It goes over the netting in left field and onto the highway. A 3-run bomb. Bo Simeon come in to score. Vladdy's got 3 home runs. No, got a little excited there. 2 home runs in the ball game. We got 4 RBIs in the game, and the Blue Jays are up 10-0 in the bottom half of the 6th inning. We move ahead to the top of the 9th, and White hits a 2-run shot. Nate Lowe comes in to score, making it 10-2 off Jacob Barnes. But that's all she wrote. So like I said earlier, what a day. You know, stage 3 opens up. Baraki off the IL, right? We're coming back to Rogers Center. And the Blue Jays beat the Rangers 10-2, and Vladdy goes deep twice, gets his 30th bomb of the year. What a day! Let's keep this thing rolling, people. You can't, one game at a time, we got to keep this thing rolling. Let's get to these stats. Marcus Semien went 2 for 4 in the ballgame, scored 3 runs, had an RBI, a home run, and a walk. So big day in the office for Marcus Semien at the top of the shot. Bo Bichette went 2 for 5 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Vladdy went 2 for 3, 3 runs scored, 4 RBIs, 2 bombs, and just for good measures, he walked once in the ball game today. The guy's an absolute freak. He leads the American League in batting average. He leads the American League in hits. He leads the American League in OPS. He leads the American League in on-base percentage. And RBIs. I mean, it's unreal. And somehow, with Ohtani being Ohtani, is probably not going to win MVP, which is absolutely ludicrous. But no matter what, Jays fans, this is fun to watch. The team overall had 10 hits, but they only struck out 5 times. I've said it countless times before. Striking out, yes, it's, you know, home run rates are up, strikeouts are up as well, but the strikeouts are such a useless out. You got to find a way to limit those. And only 5 Ks today for the Toronto Blue Jays. They had 10 hits. They had a lot of great at-bats today. And they scored 10 runs on 10 hits. You did a job. You hit the long ball. 5 home runs for the Blue Jays today. And it was great. With the 10 runs scored, Robbie Ray's outing is going to get overlooked, but he was absolutely spectacular in 6 2/3, allowed 4 hits. 2 of those hits were in the last inning where he got pulled in that 7th inning. So put into perspective, over 6 innings, he allowed 2 hits and 2 walks. And 2 walks happened in 1 inning. He was flat out dominant today. 4 hits, 8 strikeouts, and he walked a couple batters. He was fantastic, and with that, ERA drops to 2.93. He's in the top 5 in the American League in earned run average. Robbie Ray is putting a season together, and I think we can all agree on this by now. He's our ace of the staff. Ryu, he's probably getting paid like an ace, but as of on-the-field production, Robbie Ray is the ace of this pitching staff right now. There's no doubt about it. Adam Simber came out there to clean up that inning, walked the first batter he faced, and there's a little dribbler to Bo Bichette at short. He made a great play and a hard throw to first. Vladdy makes the play. They look at it. The Rangers have a look to see if they want to review it. They do not, because it was a great play by Bo and Vladdy to end the inning and keeping the runs at 0 for Robbie Ray. So it's a big job there by the defense. Ryan Baraki was out there. Good to see him back out there. When an inning, allowed 1 hit in the first pitch he threw. But then he got a couple strikeouts. Nothing doing there. Great job for Ryan Baraki. And as I mentioned, Jacob Barnes, when an inning, allowed 1 hit. It was a 2-run bomb to White. 2 runs allowed. Struck out 2 and walked 1. He has strikeout stuff. It's just the quality of pitches sometimes isn't there for Jacob Barnes. Now, Game 2 of the 3-game set against the Texas Rangers goes tomorrow afternoon. It's Colby Allard on the mound for the Texas Rangers in Game 2, and he's had a pretty good season so far, so it's going to be much more difficult than facing Jordan Lyles today for the Toronto Blue Jays. And Hyun Jin Ryu gets the ball for the Jays tomorrow, and that's an important start for Ryu. I mean, we've talked about it quite a bit, and we've talked about it today even, that Robbie Ray's pitched like the ace. Ryu hasn't been great. June wasn't good. His first couple starts in the month of July haven't been, well, his last one against Baltimore was decent. The one before that wasn't very good. So, on Canada Day, it's going to be very interesting. Ryu has had a lot of rest right now. So, what are we going to see in him tomorrow afternoon? 3:07 first pitch there at Salem Field. And the final homestand at Salem Field. You got 3 against the Rangers, 3 against the Red Sox. Then you hit the road for the Red Sox road to the Mets for 3, Red Sox for 4 at Fenway, then Rogers Center against Kansas City. So that's kind of the stretch we got coming up here. And yeah, you heard me right, folks. 7 games out of the 10 after this set against Texas is against the Boston Red Sox. Going into the game today, the Jays were only 8 back of the Sox. You telling me that's not a massive series? That's a two series? Yeah, it's huge. But you got to take care of business against the teams that you should beat. And they did a job today against the Rangers, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you're jacked up to have Blue Jay baseball back, not only to watch, but to have back in Toronto in mere weeks, smack the like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. What'd you like? What'd you not like from today's ball game for the Toronto Blue Jays? The Twitter is down below for myself. Help send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already. I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, like I've said before, tomorrow afternoon. Well, it's an afternoon game, so probably in the early evening. Jays Edition, Game 2 of the 3-game set against the Texas Rangers. Colby Allard on the mound for the Rangers. Hyun Jin Ryu gets the ball for the Blue Jays. 3:07 first pitch there at Salem Field. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys then.